Hello guys, and welcome back to my 6th episode in my Rebuilding Brighton series. I've gotten a little bit carried away and I didn't realise how many games I had played until this Rotherham game finished. And we've actually played 10 matches, and overall we're doing pretty well. A couple of losses in there and 2 wins in the FA Cup, which is leading us to a quarter-final against Stoke City. We got a really lucky draw there, and hopefully we can move on to the semi-final and go all the way to the final. But I'm pretty happy to just be in the quarter-final, to be honest. In the league, we're second place with 78 points, 5 points behind Southampton, but 7 points above West Brom, and I reckon we're probably going to finish in that second place spot. The squad is doing pretty well. Overall, the players are playing well. No real inconsistent performers. Unfortunately, our new signing, the young Argentine that I don't know how to pronounce his name, wasn't happy for a wee while, so he came up to me and I gave him a bit of leave for about a month. So we won't be seeing him in this episode, unfortunately. Also, McAllister has requested to leave the club because I didn't give him a new contract when he asked for one, and that was only because he was unwilling to sign a new contract without having a work permit. So I didn't give him a contract because he didn't want a contract without a work permit. But then he said that he was unhappy that he didn't get a contract because I promised him a contract. But it wasn't my fault, so now he wants to leave. And that's not exactly what we want, but if he has to go, I'll sell him. And I imagine I can get a pretty good fee for him. But as long as he's at the club, I'm going to use him because he is a top quality player. We're going to jump straight into this match against Sheffield Wednesday. This is the lineup that we're going with. Our strongest lineup as always, and hopefully they can continue the winning form that I have created while you guys have been gone. Early doors, nothing happening right now. Hopefully the boys can prove to you guys that they have actually been doing well while you guys have been gone. Ramos was out for a wee while, and our reserve goalkeeper Walton came in and did a really good job. He's actually moved up to a 3-star rating, which makes me think that maybe he could be ready to take on that starting position, but I have just given Ramos the captaincy, so it's a bit of a tough decision, but Walton is certainly a really good backup for us right now. Also, Gray picked up a little bit of an injury, so I didn't want to play him right now, although he is playing very well this season, as you all know. So March comes in, and I hope he can do a little something because he played well against Leicester in the FA Cup, so surely he can do well against Sheffield Wednesday. And going into the half-time, I think we're going to have a highlightless half. And I already said yes, but no, proving me wrong. We do have one last chance, and it is to Sheffield Wednesday, and I wish we had a chanceless half because they've scored from it, and we're 1-0 down. That's not what we want to see. Can't be bothered skipping that, and I'm going to tell the boys that I'm not happy with their performance. I was going to be saying we're unlucky because we're dominating possession, but right now, that's not what we want. 8 shots, 60% possession. We need to be doing a lot better than this. Trossard's on a 6.3, so maybe we should be thinking about bringing him off. Coutoudi somehow always manages to get a 7.0 rating, even when the whole squad is playing bad. He always plays well, which shows me that he's definitely the sort of player that we want to be bringing into the Premier League next season, assuming that we do go up. With losses against Sheffield United, I don't know if we will. Gray's going to come on to try and mix things up. March did absolutely nothing in that game. Well, to be fair, no one did anything in this game so far, because no one's had a single chance to speak of. And we continue on, hoping that we can find a way to break through this Sheffield Wednesday defence. We're creating a few shots, but no chances to show just yet. And as it comes down to 20 minutes left in the game, that is something that I need to reconsider. I'm going to go attacking and bring McAllister on, because we do really need to do something right now. If we don't do something now, we're going to lose the game. Campuzano can come off, and Coutoudi can go up to that midfield area. I'll play Cousins on a support role and McAllister as an attacking, and see if we can manage to find a goal to equalise. And I would actually like to get 2 goals to win this game, because even a draw is pretty disappointing in my opinion. I'm going to tell them to push forward and just hope that we can actually have a chance in this game. This is ridiculous. You guys came in to watch a good match, and nothing's happening. I guess we'll bring on Ryerson just to keep people fresh for the next game, but nothing's happening and I'm not impressed. This is so disappointing. They've been playing really well while you guys have been gone, and we can't even create a chance, but we do now. Cousins plays it over. Cataldi almost saves the day with a header, but it's gone over the bar. What was that camera angle? Absolutely stupid. And I think as the clock runs down, I'm going to tell them to push forward one more time, and that's going to be the game. Oh, that's such a disappointing result, and I'm going to let the boys know. That's terrible. I'm not happy with that result, and they've all reacted well, apart from one who seemed demotivated. I couldn't even be bothered working out who that was. We're going to play this game against Huddersfield Town off camera, and we're going to come back for that quarter-final in the FA Cup, because I feel like you guys are probably more interested than another boring league game. We're still in second place, but West Brom are now catching us up, and Southampton are going further away, and that's not what we like to see. 5 points away from Southampton and 6 points away from West Brom. I think that is actually about where we finished. Maybe the other two sides drop points as well. We'll take a look at that actually. Where is Southampton? Yes, Southampton lost to QPR and West Brom drew to Cardiff. So actually, if we were going to lose a game, it's probably one of the best ones to lose. We bounced back with a win against Huddersfield, and that's exactly what we want. 2-4 to us. Goals from Mayoral, Gray and Trossard get us through for the 3 points, and that's exactly what we want. Doesn't change our position in the league at all, but it is 3 points nonetheless. We have announced our new youth intake, and we have a really solid goalkeeper with a 1.5 star ability and a 4.5 star potential ability. Also, Mead looks pretty good. I've offered him a contract, only these two, and then I'll see what the scouts say about the rest of them. Let's jump straight into our game against Stoke, where this is the lineup that we're going to go with, rotating a little bit, bringing in Bafuma and Clark and Walton. Apart from that, everything's the same as last game. Gray was brought back in, and maybe I'll play March instead of him, but that will only happen if Gray is not looking as fit as he can be. So we're going to jump straight into the match, and hopefully we can go through to the semi-final of the FA Cup. Stoke City hit back with a very strong lineup, including Bowen and Halilovic, two players that I was looking at, but neither that I signed, obviously, because they're playing against us today. Both of them have seemed to do pretty well for Stoke, but with Stoke down in about 9th position in the league, I believe, I'm pretty confident that we should be able to come away with a win and make it to the semi-final. The team weren't very excited about playing with a positive mentality in this match, and I'm not sure why, because they haven't been very optimistic about it lately, but the rest of the season they've reacted really well to playing positively. So maybe they're losing a bit of confidence, or just the occasion they think goes for a bit more of a cautious mentality, and how we didn't score there is absolutely beyond me. 2 shots that should have gone in, and a really good goalkeeping performance from the Stoke keeper. But we do have another chance here to redeem ourselves. Bafuma on the ball loses it, coming in for a really big game, and I hope he can actually repay that faith, because we paid quite a bit for him, and he hasn't done anything so far to really repay that payment. And hopefully he can come in this match and do something. Probably my fault for overpaying for him, not his fault for underperforming. He's still very young and can get better, and Trossard does manage to get us 1-0 up in this match. That's exactly what we want. Cataldi, one of our most senior players, getting a good assist. Trossard with the finish, and that just proves that I should have kept him around, because even that goal is worth more than what was offered for him by Newcastle if it does take us to the semi-final of the FA Cup. What a way to score a goal. Just an easy touch and good finish. I'm very happy with how Trossard is doing overall now. At the start of the season, as you all know, I was having a lot of doubts about him, and I don't know how his rating hasn't gone up for the 3 stars, but nonetheless, I'm happy with his performance. Gray seems to get into those kind of positions a lot from corners. It was very weird. He's scored a couple now, but he's not exactly known for his heading ability, but he has scored more than a few this season. And if he keeps doing it and keeps scoring the goals, I'm not going to complain. But I would expect different players to be in that position, attacking the ball from corners, and we have actually made the most of set pieces. It is one of the things that the board want us to do in the club vision, and I didn't even realise. I haven't tried to put emphasis on it, but it seems to be going well right now, and they're very happy with me overall, so I think we're on a B rating as it stands. Maybe if we win this game it would go up, because everyone loves a bit of a cup run, especially in the FA Cup. You know, Carabao Cup runs are kind of like, you know, getting a participation award, you know. It's nice to be in it, but the FA Cup's like, actually, oh, you know, he's done some good stuff there, you know. So hopefully we can come away with the win, but Bowen is ruining that a little bit by scoring there. That's not what we want to see. 1-1 in the game, and Bowen is showing that maybe we should have signed him, because he is a very top quality player, and a lot of people do sign him in career mode. He is playing for Burnley right now, I believe, in real life, and he just scored this weekend, so he might be playing well in Football Manager to be like how he is in real life, scoring goals and doing well right now. But it would be ideal if he wasn't playing well for the rest of the game. Gray is not having the best game of his life, and maybe I should think about bringing him off. Also, Cousins is looking a little bit tired. So again, substitutions are already being thought about. I always think about substitutions as soon as half-time rolls around. Trossard has a chance to make it 2, but he misses it. And I wouldn't expect him to score from that kind of range, but gosh, I wouldn't have complained if he did. We'll make a sub just after this opportunity. I was just about to make one, but Trossard is on the ball, attacking the goal, taking another shot, but again goes straight at the goalkeeper, and he is wasting a couple of chances here now. But as long as he's getting into those areas, I know that he can score them now, whereas at the start of the season, I was a little bit unsure whether or not he could finish his dinner. We're going to bring on March for Gray, which I hope isn't a decision that bites us in the butt, because March is not exactly on the same level as Gray, in my opinion, so we need some really good players to get a bit of momentum going to help us win this match, and if March can come on and do that, I'll be very happy. We need to also think about bringing off Cousins soon, because he is looking very tired, and I don't think we have a league game too far away. Obviously that one will be played off camera, but off camera games are important too. I need to make sure that the team is fresh and actually playing well, so that we don't get knocked out of the contention for promotion, and that is probably the most important thing to us right now. I'm more focused on the league than the FA Cup right now. It's kind of like a bonus, you know. It's kind of like when your star striker gets like 20 assists in a season, but then like 3 assists. It's kind of like when your star striker gets 20 goals in a season and then like 3 assists. You don't mind it, but you don't really care about the assists. You're more focused on the goals. We do have a chance finally to hit back at them, but we lose it just as I'm saying it's our chance. And maybe Stoke can get a goal to put them into the semi-final. That's not what we want to see, as Halilovic plays it up. I think it was actually Powell that plays it up, sorry. Frimpong does get the ball back though, and we've lost it straight away. Playing it back, and they're playing the ball well, but I think they're gonna lose it. No, Bernardo can't get to it first, and they put a good ball in. What a save by Walton. He is really making the decision hard for me to not keep him on the pitch next game out in the league, because Ramos wouldn't have made that save in my opinion. We're going to go a little bit more attacking, and you guys might be shouting at your screen that this is one of the stupidest decisions I've ever made, and that is saying something. I've made some very stupid decisions in the save, and hopefully this isn't one of them. 5 minutes left, and we could be going to extra time, unless Trossard puts in a good ball. Mayoral tries to get his head onto it, but Bailly has the ball. McAllister tries to take a shot. Clark picks it up, and Buffon has the ball, plays it to Trossard, Buffon, McAllister, Cataldi shooting from very long range, and that was never going to go in the back of the net. I have no idea why we're being shown that as a chance, and the game continues on. McAllister has the ball. I think this is going to be the end of the chance here, unless McAllister puts in a really good ball. No, he does not. And it looks like that might be the last chance of the game before we go into extra time. 3 minutes of additional time. Can we see a chance to end the game? No, we cannot, and it is extra time. We're going to tell the boys that they've been unlucky. Things just haven't gone right for us, because we are playing much better than the Stoke side, and the stats certainly show that. 29 shots to their 6, I believe. The chance came up before I actually got a chance to reach the number that was on the screen. We are playing well here, though. and I think we're dominating the chances. Haven't seen a Stoke chance for quite some time, although we are playing it all the way back to Clark. Hopefully we can build it up from the back and actually create a good chance to score this goal that will take us to the semi-final by playing it up to Trossard, who has controlled position a lot. Trossard has it again, takes another shot, and it goes just wide, and I think it was probably a bit high too. Trossard, not even the best game of his life, but again, creating the chances that we need, and you can't really say no to it because I know that he will score eventually, as he's already shown this game, but it would be ideal if he passed it a little bit more than what he's doing right now. I do have him on a shoot often instruction, so it is kind of my own fault that he is shooting so much. Trossard does shoot there and scores. That is exactly why I have the shoot instruction on, and that is exactly why I was saying I don't mind him shooting, because eventually he will score them. I have no idea how that is the goal that ended up going in, but if that is what takes us into the semi-final of the FA Cup, I will not complain. What a hit. The goalkeeper needs to be doing so much better. If that was my keeper, I'd be absolutely ashamed of his performance. But all we need to do now is run down the clock and try and get this win. I would go down to a more cautious mentality normally, but Stoke haven't had a chance for absolutely ages, and watch them have one here. Just as I'm saying that, Wimmer plays it up to Ballack, and now they are building up possession. Hopefully we can make a tackle. We have some really good defensive players in here that know how to tackle. Hopefully they can here. But Stoke still have the ball, and it looks like maybe I should have gone back to a cautious mentality, and that is certainly a sign that I should. Hitting the crossbar from a phobie, I will move the team back down to a little bit more of a cautious approach. McAllister can come into midfield position, even though I know he can't really play that well in there. He can play as a Mazzala, and I'm sure he'll do a job in that position. 15 minutes left. Completely forgot how much time is in extra time, and we can go through to the semi-final if we run down the clock well. Come on, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, really, really, really intense, and some great commentary by me there. I just started counting out and then said really, really over and over again, but it was enough, and if I didn't do that, maybe we wouldn't have won this game. We've won 2-1, and it was a very good performance from the boys. I'm very, very happy with that, and stoked to see us going into the semi-final. We'll find out who that semi-final is against right now. We are certainly the odd one out in the pot. Great teams: Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United. I'm hoping for Chelsea, and let's see if we can get them. First name out of the hat is Brighton. Who are we getting? Manchester United, one of the biggest sides in the world, and that's who we're going to be playing against in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Where are they in the Premier League? 3rd position. Who's above them? Chelsea is below and Liverpool is above. So I was right in predicting that Chelsea would have been the best team to get drawn, but Manchester United are probably just a close second. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe, because that is the end of the episode. We'll meet you guys back for that semi-final against Manchester United. Until then, hope you guys are enjoying your day, and I'll see you all later.